Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here and welcome back to another crypto video. And today we have a very serious subject, and this is most important for all the people holding XRP. Now, to be honest, it's important for every single crypto holder out there, but it'll affect people more that are involved with XRP for the reasons which you'll understand a little bit further throughout this video. One of the things which I just noticed is that BITRUE, one of the key developers working on the XRP ledger, well, he's let go and let out some frustration. And if you kind of read through everything that he's been saying, you kind of start to understand why. And to me, I completely side with BITRUE. But a lot of others that I have noticed, a lot of community members, I don't think understand the severity of the situation. So let us explain, and let us most likely receive quite some hatred for this. So guys, if you want to help me out a little bit and even the likes and dislikes on this one, make sure you press that like button if you enjoy the informative videos that I post right here, because this is all information, that's it. So BITRUE just posted on Twitter, "Are you kidding me? The entire world is screwed. All non-Ripple techies are running around in circles trying to get the network back to life. What a great moment to have an NFT hackathon." And he posts that with some malice in his words. I can feel it, right? And somebody asks, "Hey, how you feeling?" He says, "I feel like shit. I want to scream and cry. My entire team is spending every day giving 400% to build a reputation. We built a product on the XP Ledger. XPL fee escalation analysis, XP Ledger Labs, buying extra hardware, XP Ledger Labs, support, XP Ledger Labs, webcare, XP Ledger Labs, sleep, none." And then it's all basically being destroyed by a couple of different things. And I now know what, why, and it's interesting. So one of the other things which he has posted over on his Twitter is basically that the XP Ledger is now relatively quite a lot more expensive than it always used to be. I mean, usually the fee used to be 0.0000012 XRP for a normal transaction, the base fee, and that would be one of the key points of XRP Ledger. People would say, "Oh, XRP is so cheap." Right now, the transaction fee is still ridiculously low, relatively, but pretty high for the XP Ledger. As you can see here, the average transaction fee is 0.006687, or basically that's the fee which they recommend right now. And BITRUE added, "I guess the XP Ledger outgrew the minimum fee is enough, you just need 12 drops phase." So without further ado, why is this, what's going on, and what are the key problems? Well, as far as I've read right now and can do with a little bit of logical deduction, is there's a little problem with XRP Ledger airdrops and basically shitcoins and NFTs. So the NFTs on their own, I don't think are really too much of a problem, but it's the combination of the three things which I just mentioned. You guys often in the comment section go crazy, shilling all your XP Ledger projects and asking me to talk about them. And I've told you before, I don't think they're a good thing whatsoever. And whenever I type in hashtag XRP over on Twitter right now, all I'm gonna find, hashtag XRP, all I'm gonna find is just more airdrop giveaways, more and more airdrop giveaways, more trust lines that I need to set in to grab some free tokens, of which are not going to solve a problem. I told you guys before, if it's a solid project, of which there are quite a couple, don't get me wrong, it's not as if every project is bad. It's just some people have noticed, and this is completely honest, completely truthful, guys. I know I'm going to get some hate for this, but I'd rather be hated for spilling the truth than not spilling my mind, I guess, on this one. The honest truth here, guys, is that the majority of things shared are purely made with the intention that some of the XRP community members will be so ecstatic about getting something for free that they're going to share it with others and so that they can make money on you. 99% of the projects on the XP Ledger right now are literally made with that intention. There's no longevity with it. There's no real planning with it. And as I've said before, I don't buy into that unless there's either a joke or it's like a, you know what, I'm going to throw $100 at it, see if it works. But I honestly know that the latter part is also what's kind of messing up Ethereum. Because let's think back, guys. What is one of the main subjects which people clown Ethereum for? Is that it's so freaking crowded. There's just so much going on that the fee, it's so congested. It's so hard to send something because it gets so expensive. Now, XRP can never really get to Ethereum territory because it's built differently. However, relatively, right now, it's way more expensive than it ever was. And that is mostly because of all the quote-unquote spam. And before, the spam used to be these small attacks, these very, very small attacks. And that's, of course, why there's also a XRP ledger reserve, right? They lowered the reserve, however, because, well, the price was above $1 for a long time, and they thought also we should set the trust line requirement lower, and basically they put the base reserve down halfway, and they put the trust line reserve a little bit below halfway even, because the prices were so high, and those things you cannot really basically send them away anymore. You have to kind of like keep it in your wallet. So people thought, it's getting too expensive. Well, right now we're noticing with all the quote-unquote spam that's being created by all these trust lines being set, and guys, it's not a little bit, by the way. It's getting more and more congested, mostly by jokes. And now, one of those parts, which is interesting, I guess, is that Vitsa says, hey, you know what, us as developers, let's fix whatever is wrong. Let's fix some of the underlying issues, and let's make the XP Ledger a lot better now that we have the chance to do so. It's kind of being annoyed that there's a freaking DeFi winter hackathon with minority programmers, NFTs and XLS 20 standard at the bottom. It's like, are they mocking Vitsa now? Like, why would you ever go for a hackathon for NFTs in a time where literally we'd rather not talk about NFTs for just a second because of the I guess, congestion? We would just like to stay, I guess, kind of neutral. And it's funny to me how this XP Ledger situation can be going on. Here, for example, Vitsa also says, shameless, no sense of urgency, big smack in the face of people actually sacrificing their peace of mind, nights, and family life. And by the way, guys, please understand here, please understand that in no way, shape, or form am I telling you that I know everything, because I'm not that programmatically inclined, in the sense that I'm not exactly sure what the underlying issues are, nor can I fix them. And it could also be that there's some underlying problems that I'm not even seeing, but this is what I've read in after just checking everything out. Like, for example, here, the network is facing a big mess and needs countless hours of fixing, technical debt. So again, there just needs to be some work done. How exactly it came to basically be a problem, yeah, that's definitely an interesting one. But you can see here, everybody's just saying, not that this helps the current situation. I really feel you're offering a service with allowing folks to ease of use XUM to create tokens. That feature should be turned into a commercial feature, and you should charge $10,000 to $50,000 to use it. Otherwise, these coins can figure out. I definitely disagree with that, because that definitely adds another layer of first of all, partially centrality, but more importantly, the more you're going to charge for that, the more problems are going to arise. Like, you know, if you just understood how many people are skeptical of Binance or other exchanges for, you know, charging, for example, maybe $1 million or a couple $100,000 for a listing, there's a very deep layer of that. But you can indeed charge a smaller fee, depending on, of course, how much it costs for it to be relevant, or to kind of charge a lock-up, not kind of like a fee, but like a reserve, where if you want to create a token, you have to put $25,000 down, which you get back, for example, after 12 months, or you pick something, you know, like a little bit of an annoyance, so they cannot just keep creating more tokens, maybe even $100,000, because the majority of people who want to build a token, they can give out $100,000. So if you guys get my drift, you know, but the majority of the people who really have a good product and a good idea, some won't though. And that's, again, also the way off there. Because some people have a really good idea, really good project. They want to do it on the XP Ledger because it's cheap. And then they kind of get stopped in their tracks. And I've just been reading around a little bit, and I've noticed all this, man. Look at this, for example. So Vitsa also shared, and I've been going over everything, man. So at first we had the fee thing. Joshua asked, so how does this happen? How does this happen essentially overnight after years of use? And he says, here's the XP Ledger fee escalation analysis by XP Labs, published minutes ago. And if you check that out, some people have said, hey, really, really good, but it's a little bit difficult. Let's get it back up to 12 drops, somebody says. We don't need a bunch of worthless projects clogging them up. And he says, the network isn't even clogged. A bug is causing the fee to stay high, even though there aren't a lot of transactions. So at the end of the day, even though he and others are being annoyed of the XP Ledger being clogged up, that's not actually what the fee is coming from. There's a bug somewhere. Now, do I understand how that works? Absolutely freaking not. Is this for some more technically inclined people to kind of go through? Very much yes. So once more, you can go through it in your own pace if you want to here. Just kind of press pause. He says, the fee escalation code is working as intended, but the design is broken, and deadlocks in Rippled are probably causing misactivation of emergency fee measures in validators. Rippled, which is the Ripple chooses an open ledger fee, the minimum fee to place a transaction into the open ledger, based on a simple test. The current ledger's transactions count is less than or equal to the expected transaction count, then the base fee is used, which is 10 drops. Otherwise, the fee multiplier is used. And right now there's a little bit of a bug in that sense. So interesting, I guess. But you guys get the drift, hopefully, right? There's a couple of problems. All we're doing is basically promoting these quote unquote useless things or bad things instead of focusing hard on the core of the XP ledger. And luckily, there's a lot of people here on the same line thinking, man, Vitsa, you're doing a really good job. Let's fix this. Let's do whatever we can. And I'm, of course, on that line too because I'm really bullish on XRP. But it's all interesting to me how a lot of XP holders really put so much attention right now on these freaking free airdrops and NFT things when I know it's a facade, basically. It's all done to make some quick money for some people who make it. You, as an XRP holder, getting your airdrop, you might make some money. You might. But in reality, you will not really usually make a ton of money because if you try to sell it, it goes down. So now, let's just put it like this. Airdrops can definitely make you a huge amount of money, but it is because some other sucker buys it. And unless there's actually a really good product behind it, I don't really like it. Or unless it's a couple of big companies or a couple of big investors backing it, for example. But usually these things are made by one or another guy. And we've talked before about how airdrop scams work, right? At the end of the day, somebody makes this with the intention purely to make money. It's purely monetary gain with no real regard for, just, I guess, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to offend too many people. I'm trying to stay kind of neutral here. Whatever. Point being, accept any airdrop that you think is going to work nicely, of course. Don't get me wrong. Don't just say no to money, of course. But know that the intent of the person giving it to you is for you to be happy that they gave it to you for free. You go promote it, and they make money on your ass. So some people say, yeah, but I make money too then if I promote it. I don't know. It's everybody got their own thing. I just wanted to quickly make that clear. That's also why I don't really like to talk about too many meme coins. I sometimes do. But that's mostly, like coins like Shiba Inu, which literally have more volume than Bitcoin at some point. But yeah, whatever. All right, I had more things on Ripple and XRP, and I had like a whole story to talk about here. Like, for example, I'm hoping the trend is going to turn around again in the sense that right now we've come back down just a little bit. We found some rejection at the $1 mark. For Bitcoin, we actually found some rejection at the Fibonacci level at about 57.7 thousand or so. Ethereum didn't really find any clear rejection because it wasn't the all-time high. Maybe it was the previous level or so that we came back to. Not even perfectly, so not necessarily anything too specific that we came back from here, but most likely, at least I'm hoping, that we're going to bounce from the fib level again at about $44,000 so before coming right back up to about 48. Will be interesting to see. And right here, guys, over on the altcoin market cap, things are still looking pretty damn bullish, and I keep sharing that. I'm not really too bearish on crypto anymore. Even though there's such a huge amount of negativity in the realm, it's really not that much. We also had this news that XRP will withdrawals 150 million coins from Binance, usually a really bullish thing. Whales withdrawing means less pressure on exchanges, which means the price should theoretically speaking go up, so that's very, very nice to see. I also want to quickly share, make sure you join the Altcoin Gem Information Telegram group. I share it every time there's some juicy coins we're going to be buying. I share it over in there. And this is a coin that's coming up pretty soon. So if you don't have a Bybit account yet, make sure you use the link down below and sign up for Bybit because it's going to be pretty damn exciting. And then this is the coin that just launched, plus Age of Tanks that just launched, plus Oprah and Origins that just launched. All those we made some juicy money with, and that stuff I share over on this channel. So if you're excited about making money with crypto, make sure you subscribe for more crypto videos in the near future.